Hello and welcome to another edition of the Devlin Bishop Show featuring Corda. I never know what side you're going to be on, so I don't even know why I try to point. I'm not up on my Brady Bunch grids yet, even with two people, because I was watching that Charlie's Angels one we did, and oh no, it wasn't. It was the Doug Miller Devlin Bishop Show, and I remember trying to point to the dolls. Embarrassing. Like, all I have to do is point to them where they are in the room.
Yeah.
And I kept pointing to the screen and realized, why isn't it working? You know, I won't say your host is the smartest person. I have my moments, but
You're still
yeah.
getting used to it.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's so, oh my God, it was funny to look at. Anyhow, that's what you get here. It's very raw. We've done a couple of these episodes. Thank you if you've watched these. Thank you if you've watched them again. That means we didn't morally offend you and have you going. Now, we're taping this the day before it posts, and today we have a beautiful Christmas day. Like, I've done all my Christmas. I got the tree up. We sent our Christmas cards out. This morning I wake up to a winter wonderland. I don't know how long it'll last. I even had hot chocolate this morning,
Oh,
which
nice.
I don't usually do that in the morning, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
And it was nice. It was nice. I also needed like a pick-me-up, although I think hot chocolate is puts you to sleep sometimes.
I don't
But
know. Like,
I kept trying to watch stuff on TV this morning, and I was nodding off all the time. It was driving me crazy. So it pepped me up a little bit, so I thought I'd better start doing stuff in that.
nice.
But I know you and I have become a big fan of the Polar Express, but one thing that drives me crazy with that movie is now whenever I make hot chocolate, that damn song gets in my head.
That's the
So I
best
don't
part of
just
the movie.
so I don't just go, to get hot chocolate. I go to get hot chocolate. And it's weird. So how are you doing on this wintry Christmas morning? Christmas. Okay, we're not there yet, but
No. December. It's finally December.
well, you decorated too. I was over
Yeah.
at your place quickly to give you
Right, move aside, you can
instructions.
see there's stars in the background there.
Yeah, there you go. And you got your advent calendar. What
Yeah.
have you many going on there? Heather has like about 17 advent calendars.
I have 3 and Aaron has 2.
Did you open up yours?
I did. I have some right here. Got a
Sweet.
little Harry Potter,
Ooh,
a little Golden Iron Man.
nice.
Yeah. And my 3rd advent calendar is a lottery ticket type 1, so I didn't win anything. That's not important.
Oh, nice. I have one advent calendar. I bought it myself, and I got a little piece of chocolate.
Cool. As you
'Cause
probably will tomorrow too. Yeah.
I'm old school like that. I know all these flashy advent calendars are coming out, but for me, that one little morsel of chocolate. But I did buy it at Denninger's, so
That's cool.
I always say it's probably higher quality chocolate, but it's still the cheap one. So it's probably just that wax stuff that they put in so it lasts 18 months on the shelf. But you know what? I enjoy that little chocolate. Pick me up.
See, to me,
Don't mind
the
me.
chocolate ones are newfangled, exciting ones. Because when I was a kid, we just had paper ones, and I loved
yeah.
the paper ones. We never had chocolate ones. As a
Yeah,
kid.
no, we always had the chocolate. So we were high tech back in the past. Now we're way behind. It's funny, when I went to Denninger's, I was surprised. Like every Lindt has a advent calendar now. I think Toblerone and stuff. And some of these are like really expensive, like $40
Oh, geez.
calendars just to get like some high quality chocolate. I'll stick with my cheap chocolate. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
And
no
I
kidding.
think I saw a cheese one last year.
Okay. I know that sometimes
gotta
they have
be-
I know sometimes they have like makeup ones and stuff for people. You can get different makeups, and those are really expensive. I've seen. So.
Yeah, well, it's hard to get a cheese advent calendar. Like, when are you like hankering for a hunk of cheese? Ooh, Limburger. Okay.
Well, yeah. What if sometimes you don't? At least with chocolate, it's going to be chocolate. It's not going to be bad.
Now, for those of you who are thinking, listen to these people high on the hog talking about their cheese. advent calendars and their little toy advent calendars. And, I'm having some financial issues. Well, here's what you do. Go to the store, and this is probably even more expensive, though, than buying one of the cheap advent calendars. But buy one of those Velveeta cheese slice, because you get 24 in a pack. And if you start them, you have a slice of cheese every day.
Yay!
I hope nobody tuned in for advice on how to lose weight, because I'm just telling you to eat a slice of cheese a day. And I was going to say there's a poor man's advent calendar, but I think that would be actually more expensive than actually buying one of those dollar store.
Oh yeah, the chocolate ones are probably way cheaper.
But there's some cheese people that are probably like, ooh, I like that. If you can call that cheese.
I think the Velveeta is a little closer than some of them.
You know what? Back in the day, I think Velveeta was, but because I used to remember around the holidays, my mother would always buy a block of Velveeta, and I was like, oh, this is beautiful. But I now, say, oh, I'm going to spoil myself and get the Velveeta cheese slices.
Yeah.
And I think it just tastes like cheese slices, So I don't even think it's magical.
So I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's magical anymore. So
you need to get the blocks of it again then.
We are going to be talking about Christmas. We got some things to talk about. We're going to just talk about, getting ready for it. It's December now. We're allowed to talk about it. I kind of mentioned it a couple of times on Facebook, and I'm going to start mentioning it a lot now on Facebook. And we got a lot of great stuff for YouTube planned. And we'll talk a little bit about that and something we posted recently that we're very excited to talk about. But first, we need to take care of some, not so great news, because we lost someone, and it's someone dear to me. For any of you who know, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and so is Corda.
Yep.
And we lost David Prowse. I believe it was mentioned he died of COVID. I don't know if that's for sure. I saw maybe one or two postings like that. And right now, anytime somebody dies, it's COVID related. I believe he was 85. Now, for those of you who aren't real Star Wars fans, David Prowse was the man in the Darth Vader costume. And I love Star Wars. You can usually look in my background. I'm not going to try to point it out but there's probably something Star Wars there. Actually, looking at it now, this is probably not. But anyhow, you can always
somewhere
around my house. Like right now, even in my Christmas decorations, you'll see a couple of things on the tree Star Wars related. And I have my Star Wars pops that they are out and about. But David Prowse, I never, I'm so endeared with so many things about Star Wars, but I never give David Prowse the respect he deserves. And so that's why I decided I wanted to talk about it. And we're starting to lose a lot of Star Wars people, Carrie Fisher, Kenny Baker, Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca. But David Prowse, I have to admit, I never give him, because when you think of Darth Vader, you usually go to James Earl Jones, who's the voice of Darth Vader. Because that voice is, with the breathing and that is what lots of people think of with Darth Vader. But when I heard David Prowse died, I thought, you know what? We don't give him enough love, because he actually has the harder role, because he's actually doing just as much acting, maybe even more than James Earl Jones, because Darth Vader's not known for his emotion. But David Prowse had that presence, that stance. And as a kid, I remember really being freaked out by Darth Vader. And that was all David Prowse. Like he held, you never saw Darth Vader slouching or anything like that. And he just embodied that suit in the original trilogy. I don't know if he played him like in Rogue One or in the prequels. I'm not sure about that. So, I guess I'm not that big a Star Wars fan, and I decided to look it up. But David Prowse had that ominous presence and just putting his hand up and choking people. And yeah, it's sad how many we are starting to lose.
I'm shocked that there's so many. It seems like we've just suddenly lost so many of them.
Yeah, and there's still a lot out there still, but it is. I remember just recently posting a Facebook picture where they turned this one picture and made ghosts of the ones who died, and I think the
Yeah.
only ones left in there were Harrison Ford and Mark Hamill.
Hmm.
I don't think Anthony Daniels was in the picture, but he, of course, is still with us.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so a little sadness with David Prowse. I don't know. I don't know why, but Star Wars I think about during the Christmas spirit, which is weird because it's only been the last couple of years that Star Wars has released movies in
Hmm.
at Christmas. They were always summer movies, but being a Star Wars fan, I guess Star Wars is just always in my head and my heart. So a real loss. Were you a big Star Wars fan growing up, or
No,
did we force that on you when you
not at
got?
all.
No.
The first one I saw was Return of the Jedi. And I did see that one in theaters and I liked it, but mostly for the Ewoks. So, because I was
Uh,
still pretty young. But
yeah,
I've
your family
definitely
wasn't.
grown to love it.
Yeah, your family wasn't the biggest Star Wars fan, were they?
No,
No.
yeah.
Did Eric get into it? Your brother?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because
I mean,
when we all played, because we
more
did
than
a
the
Star
rest,
Wars role. Pardon?
more than the rest of the family did, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because we did a Star Wars role playing game when you guys were
Mhm.
young, and I think he was really into that because he bring in a lot of old references to the old series and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, definitely feeling a little bit of sadness. We're losing all these great Star Wars people, and I
Mhm.
don't know. 2020, we've lost so many people. I know there's people that go, "Oh my God, look at all the people we see dying," but I think every year you
Yeah.
can look back and see that we've lost people, and I guess this year makes it worse because of all the stuff we've been dealing with and stuff like that. So yeah, so we'll be remembering some David Prowse. Maybe I'll put some Star Wars on, the holiday special.
Oh, that's
Maybe
cool.
that's what I think about around Christmas. I think I watched that a couple of years ago, and that's plenty. I watch it every couple of years, but the last time I watched it, I said I may wait a little longer. I actually like it, and I remember as a kid watching it live when it was on TV.
Mhm.
But yeah, it is bad. Maybe we'll have to
Well,
talk
yeah.
about that sometime soon. But it's really bad. But I still like to put it on every once in a while, and I will watch every YouTube clip about it. I should,
All the reviews and stuff.
yeah, I it was actually considered for one of our upcoming misunderstood movies, even though I usually only do theatrical. But
Mhm.
I don't know if that was misunderstood.
I don't think it was.
I think the only misunderstanding I had was I actually thought it was good when I was a kid, and then when I got a bootleg copy of it in my 20s, I was like, "Oh my God, this is bad." Um, but it's so good too,
Yeah.
and it introduced us to Boba Fett, which you know should be offensive to Boba Fett. But
You really should. But
anyhow,
not
so
to
that's our
scare me.
Star Wars. That's our little nerd talk for the day.
There we go.
So you, as I said, we've both been decorating for Christmas. Now, it doesn't look like it, but I happen to know the other side that Court is on is all filled with Christmas, and your
Christmas
tree
Eve
is actually
trees
in
and
your room.
lots of stuff over there. There's some over there, just not behind me, apparently.
Yeah, me too. This room we don't decorate that often, which is weird because I do a lot of filming in here, so we should get something Christmas in
Throw
here.
some tinsel
This,
on all the toys. Yeah.
yeah, well, toys, that's Christmassy, isn't
Yeah.
it? What says Christmas more than Mickey Mouse and Scooby Doo, and I'm gonna try to do the parting thing. See, I went right there. And Dino here.
Yeah.
See, I am getting better at this.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, people, I literally have to think about it. Okay, let's do a quick little test. Pick something in the background that you want me to point to.
Um,
If you can
the,
see anything.
yeah, I know, right? The picture of Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's right,
Yes.
right here.
Very good.
Okay, good, good. I'm getting better at this. I
Yeah.
literally think after that Charlie's Angels. It wasn't. It was the Doug Miller one.
Yeah.
When we were talking about Charlie's Angels,
Mhm.
I was so embarrassed. I actually came in here and just did hours of training. No. So anyhow, as I said, I had some hot chocolate this morning, and you know, I'm in the Christmas spirit already. It scares me because we just started December. Are you in the Christmas spirit?
I'm getting there. I've
You're
watched a
getting
couple Christmas things and everything, and yeah, I think I've just been really busy lately, so I haven't had time to really be Christmassy yet. But
there? Yeah.
yeah,
But every time a song comes on Christmas, I give it
yeah,
the old oh,
yeah.
you know, and I know I'm in the spirit when you know I just hear like Bing Crosby and oh, you know, I get that you know feeling, and you know just seeing the tree up and the decorations and stuff. We took a little bit of time this year. We usually get the tree up in one night,
Mhm.
but Mike said, you know, I think this year we'll do it in stages because we're getting older
Sure.
and we get winded a lot, you know.
And
So
your tree is huge. Like,
it is, yeah. It's. I'm glad we have an artificial tree, and I'm glad we got it when we did, and I got a really good deal at it. It was when I worked at Target, and
oh,
it was like Black Friday sales, and not only did I get the Black Friday sales, but I got my discount. So I got this amazing tree for like about just over $100. And I told Mike, get over here, see what you think of this tree. But since I got that tree, I noticed that a lot of the new trees are very slim.
yeah.
Like they're built for like smaller apartments and stuff.
Mhm.
And luckily we have a big living room in our apartment. And so, yeah, we have a big tree. I'm going to show pictures of the tree. So
Mhm.
if you're a Facebook friend, I'll probably put it on Mondo, on Nostalgia's Facebook page too. And we're also going to be doing something. I guess I can talk about it at
Sure.
some point. But we're going to throw a mix and mingle. It's going to be kind of like our online dance parties, but we're going to show Christmas videos. And I already am going to try to film around the Christmas tree. Now, no promises because the lighting
Yeah.
can be really bad. But we're going to try that. So you'll get a shot of some of our decorations at
Mhm.
some point. And I'm not doing it just for like, oh, I'm so proud of it. It's just, I literally have people saying, you know, we're not going to be at your, you know, home this year. So could you please post pictures? We always like seeing your tree and all the
Well,
little
your
decorations.
tree and your decorations are always gorgeous. You've got so much beautiful.
Oh, yeah, and we love decorating. And we even said, well, we're not going to be entertaining that much this year. You know, we're going to just have immediate family.
Yeah.
And yet we're still decorating it. Like we were putting candy dishes out, and Mike and I are trying our best. Like we still eat snack foods and stuff, but we're trying our best to eat better. So we're like, well, we probably don't need a lot of candy dishes out this year because, as I said, we're only going to have small little
Yeah.
entertainment, and it's not even. It's just immediate family.
Mhm.
So we're thinking about all the stuff that we don't have to really buy this year and stuff. So it's really strange,
Yeah.
but even knowing that I won't be able to see my friends or my family, I
Mhm.
know I'm going to be seeing the closest people I am, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be seeing them through messages and phone calls and stuff. But I still have the Christmas spirit. I love decking the halls. I love just having hot chocolate this morning, knowing there's snow falling outside, and
Mhm.
yeah. But I'm afraid though, because you don't want to peak
Yes.
too early.
Yeah.
Like last year, I got into the spirit really early.
Mhm.
Um, I think last year was great because we had events spread out a lot, so it's not all like one big thing.
Yeah.
This year, they're really going to be spread out because of the fact that there aren't going to be many.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and so, but last year it was like, you know, I had a little bit of Christmas at the end of November. I went up to Whitby to see my family, and that's always nice.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily do anything Christmassy, but just being close to the family just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Then we had a couple of things. I think we met with your parents, and Cheryl came over, and Damien.
Yeah.
That might have even been the year before him. But anyhow, just nice little things. And then I remember just before Christmas, I had like the crash, you know, the Christmas crash that I don't want to talk about because it'll happen. But
Yeah.
after Christmas and New Year's, you know, you kind of have that, oh,
Yep.
there's
It's
nothing more
over.
to look forward to.
Uh-huh.
And with me, I also have my birthday in there right after.
Yeah.
So I usually crash. And Mike said, I asked him, because I actually remember becoming blue just a couple of days before Christmas, and I don't want that to happen again.
Hmm.
I knew it came back out of it again, but it was just like, I don't want to crash. So I'm worried about peaking early, but
Yeah.
I stick by when we play music. And,
Hmm.
I started, last Wednesday, last, and yeah, so far it's been nice. I add a little bit of Christmas music each week, so I'm not like bombarded. I see people who would like decorated like pretty much right after Remembrance Day and
Yeah.
are already listening to the radio stations that play all Christmas. I couldn't do that. I tried that one year
Hmm.
and I can't. I actually like how Christmas music mix with other hits, like pop hits. Sometimes they don't work,
Hmm.
but most of the time they do. And it's nice, you get to hear some, ABBA, and then suddenly it's a Christmas song or something, or
Yeah,
then
I
you get
like
to
getting it all mixed together too.
yeah, here's some ZZ Top for you, and then here's Christmas. Because ZZ Top doesn't have a Christmas song,
I
and if
don't.
they do, I don't have it.
Oh wow.
And ABBA has a New Year's song that I love playing,
Yeah.
but sadly they get ripped off because they only get like a week that I play it. I used to play it beforehand, but this year I banned New Year's songs to that 1 week.
Makes sense.
But we always play it right after
Yeah. It's always the
12,
first one of the year. Yeah.
12:01. Yeah, it is. Well, usually it's Old Lang Syne, whatever we're watching with the
Okay.
ball dropping and stuff. And then we play the old ABBA, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. And then we play the Barry Manilow, It's
Yeah.
Only Christmas Eve, then New Year's Eve.
Hmm.
And then we tell everybody to get out of our home.
Yeah.
Because we can't believe we made it till midnight. But we always have we always used to have these get-togethers that were like, the refugee New Year's. If you had no plans, come on
Hmm.
over. And we watch movies or play videos or whatever,
Yeah.
and play games. And then I swear 12:10, it's like, okay, out, everybody out. Because we're so spent. We start early, and
Yep. Well, we're all
but
older now. You
anyhow,
can't make it much past midnight.
now I'm already talking about New Year's, so I could crash now. I'm
Oh,
already like talking about, okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about happy Christmas stuff. Now, we're going to talk about some of the great Christmas stuff, commercial, later on, because we're so excited about what we have. But we dropped something yesterday that we're so proud of. And it's not only proud of the fact that we finally made this, but we're proud of the fact that we did do it. And I I I'm taking my share of, because it was my idea and I
yeah.
did technically direct it, but
Yep.
as always, you ran with this, and it's you did such an amazing job. I'll honestly say I didn't think it would look as good as the final
Oh,
product did,
nice. Thank
because we had little to work with.
you. Hmm.
And I keep forgetting, and I really shouldn't, bad host. I forget how amazing you're getting at directing and editing.
Hmm.
And, I'm sure there's professional editors that would say, what a mess.
Oh,
But
probably.
I think if people discover this,
Hmm.
it's wonderful. So, anyhow, did you enjoy putting it together?
I did. Yeah. It was hard at first because I was like, there's so many clips and what will fit with what, and but when I started to break it down, I was like, okay, well, what do I need for this spot? And I thought, okay, I just need a clip of both of them singing. So I was like, okay, find one and put it there for now. You can always change it later. And then later I was like, okay, no, I can change this bit to this. So there was a lot of
It
it.
sounds it sounds like you get overwhelmed with it, and then when you kind of process it,
Mhm.
now I'm ready to deal with it.
Yes, sometimes
Like,
it's too
just from
much
what you,
all at once. Yeah.
and most of the stuff when we started was pretty easy stuff,
Oh,
but I've been challenging you with like the misunderstood movies and stuff.
hmm,
But this was a project like no other we have put together.
yeah.
And before I get to what it was, I like that your camera's a little slanted right now, because I'm picturing Batman 66
That's weird.
and that you're in your lair
I didn't
plotting.
notice that.
but it's a little slanted, and I kind of like it. It's not slanted to the point where you look like,
Oh yeah.
but it's slanted enough for me to make a comment and call you out about it.
I
So
noticed.
there's people like they're talking about how great an editor she is, and she can't put the camera straight.
It's a artistic
Yeah, it was a
decision.
choice. It
It's
was a
not,
choice.
yeah.
Yeah, it actually is going to start. All through this. It's going to get more and more tilted. She's actually on the Poseidon right now, and it's about ready to turn right over.
Well, now you're gonna make me want to fix it.
No, don't fix it. It's
Okay.
nice. So anyhow, when I was a kid, my parents didn't have a lot of Christmas albums. It wasn't until I started spending money that I started buying Christmas albums like Boney M and Dolly and Kenny's Christmas. And I forgot what it's called, but in the '80s there was an Awesome Red album. It was anyhow. It was like for charity, and it was like it had like Pointer Sisters and Madonna and
Oh.
Sting on it. I want to say like Have a Very Nice Christmas or something generic like that.
That's
But
really
anyhow, before that, when the kids were coming along, we literally had two Christmas albums. We had Stephen Eady's Happy Holidays, I think it was called, and the Fisher Choir with the little drummer boy, which was basically, like a lot of religious songs, like even Christmas songs you don't really hear anymore. I'm gonna really date a lot of you. Like, do you remember um, Three Ships? Three Ships.
I know I've heard it, but I don't remember it right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm
I
thinking
I
what it
want to say We Three Ships, but I'm thinking of We Three
is.
Kings.
Kings, yeah.
So anyhow, so when you didn't want to listen to the Fisher Choir, and you'd put on Stephen Eady, and that album just had your typical like Let It Snow and stuff. But there was a couple original songs on there, and one was called That Holiday Feeling. Now I became a fan of it, and even when I started collecting Christmas albums and CDs, that album would come out, and I literally, you know, just love the song. I actually knew that song before Baby It's Cold Outside, and it's not as flirty as that song, but there's an element to it.
Mhm.
It was like Stephen Eady wanted to do a song like Baby It's Cold Outside, but wanted to do their own original.
Mhm.
Now, this song never became famous, and I never understood why. Yes, it's cheesy, it's corny, but I
That's what
think some of
Christmas
the
songs
best
are.
But I think some of the best Christmas songs, like you said, are. And so I've always loved it. And then when we were getting into CDs and cassettes and stuff, I my albums, like I wasn't playing albums anymore. So I lost Stephen Eady, and it bothered me. And so your brother, I'll never forget him for this because I'll never forget him for lots of things, but this was something he did very special.
Mhm.
Before Christmas, when we were using illegal places to get our music, he actually found a really bad torrent of, when I say bad, it's actually good,
Yeah,
but you can hear the needle on the record.
yeah.
And he found a torrent of That Holiday Feeling, and I remember lighting up because I did not miss a Christmas with Stephen Eady. And so not only that year did I get to put it back in my rotation, but I introduced Eric to it. I know I introduced it to you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and many other people who have always listened to my Christmas mixes at get-togethers saying, "What is this?"
Mhm.
I go, "It's Stephen Eady," and it's sad that a lot of people, when you say Stephen Eady now, don't know who the hell they are. And I blame YouTube a lot because when we were looking for footage for them, they're not out there that much. Steve Lawrence, I grew up with. He used to just be on variety shows and stuff. And Edie Gourmet had a really huge hit with Blame It on the Bossa Nova.
Oh,
So now
okay.
some of you old people are going, "Oh, her." Well, they were a married couple that did all this married shtick, but they weren't as big as like Sonny and Cher.
Mhm.
So anyhow, when we put Mondo Nostalgia together, I always knew we would try new and different things. And one day I decide, oh, first of all, I still play that torrent that Eric gave me because I love hearing the needle go down
Mhm.
on the record. But I remember a couple of years ago, I actually looked it up on YouTube, and it still had a couple of things
Mhm.
like people posted it, and I was happy to see that some people did, and it got like 1,000 hits or 100 hits.
Yeah.
So it made me happy to know some people were keeping the Steve and Edie tradition alive.
Mhm.
And more of the songs from that album came on, but honestly, they're okay, but
Yeah.
that holiday feeling. So what happened was I actually also saw a couple of covers by some young people, and I go,
Oh,
nice.
that is good.
Somebody's actually covering because we see tons of Christmas albums come out a year,
Mhm.
and you pretty much see all the same songs, and then one new one they add that gets played maybe for a couple of years and then it's gone. I don't think we've had a really awesome written song, and I know people cringe, but Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is probably the last big Christmas song that is now being covered by almost everybody. It's
Yeah.
become a traditional song, and I hate to wake you up, but that's over 25 years old now too.
Oh,
But and I like to see resurgence of songs. Like I've seen the resurgence of Joni Mitchell's River. Everybody started doing it.
yeah.
Driving Home for Christmas is finally getting some love.
Mhm.
So I don't know if Steve and Edie are going to get the same love. But this Christmas, when people go to YouTube and decide, I got to hear that Steve and Edie song, they are going to get Steve and Edie's first music video. Because
Yay.
I came to Heather and said, I want to do a music video. And I think it's time Steve and Edie got the love they deserve.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when I came to you and said, we're going to put together a video?
I thought it was fantastic. It was a great idea. I'm glad that it worked out really well. So,
Yeah, I'm hoping this is one of those things because I find with a lot of things like this, it builds over the years and people find it.
mhm.
And I really hope they do. And I had a master plan. So I went to Heather's place and we mapped out what I wanted.
Yeah.
And even in my head, what I wanted, I couldn't imagine it. So we looked up some stock footage. We tried to find some Steve and Edie stuff. And to be honest with you, we found very little until the day we started putting it all together.
Yes.
I stumbled on an old show called Hollywood Palace, and they actually performed a couple of times wearing the same outfits, which
Mhm.
was really helpful.
It was. We used a lot of
And
footage from that.
yes, and I'm so glad we found that. And then we just kept finding little things like drinks being poured and fireworks. And please do yourself a favor and check it out. Maybe we can put a link in it
Yeah, I'll
in
put
the
a link under
description.
this. Sure.
Yeah, because we're trying to get it out there
Yeah.
as much as possible. And I think it's such a deserving thing to have.
Yeah.
But as I said, Corda, you made it come to life. Like the first time I saw it, I think my jaw was on the floor. The
Oh,
second time I watched it, I was in tears because once again, you took my ideas and you ran with them and made them even better than I could have imagined. And it just lets me know how far we've come since we've done this. We're not fully 6 months, but damn close from
yeah.
conception. And I can't wait to see what kind of adventures we're going to do because if we can do this kind of stuff, um, I'm just like so impressed with it.
Mhm.
And Steve and Edie deserve that. I don't even know. I think they're both passed away now.
No
My
idea.
dream would be if Steve or Edie or their family said, good job.
That would be
But I
awesome.
don't know.
That would be
I'm
lovely.
hoping somebody either discovers, with me, if somebody just discovers a new song. I know Alexandria, we did a thing at the beginning of one of my Devlin monologues where we did this, where she was in scantily clad bikini and I was in a Santa hat, and we introduced it to a lot of people there. There is some rough footage of that,
Oh,
somebody taped,
nice.
but I wish we taped more of it because it was great. And I know Chris and Alex love this song now, and it's part of their Christmas thing.
Yeah.
And I even decided when we made it the video, I wanted to actually keep that holiday feeling because for me, hearing that needle hit the vinyl is part of that holiday
Yes.
feeling. So yeah, and I'd like to think my parents are also proud because I probably played that album more than they did. I don't, yeah, because I'm not thinking that my parents were huge Steve and Edie fans.
They must
Oh,
have
I don't
liked
know.
it a
Maybe it was
little bit. They had the album, so
they did, but they could have got it for Christmas. And
that's
you
true.
know, as a kid, I was always responsible for the music when we were decorating, and I said, as soon as I get money, I got to get some new albums because you get like the Fisher Boys Choir, a bunch of kids singing about gospel songs before their balls drop. Did we mention this is not a show for kids?
Yeah, we should probably be
But
going.
the Steve and Edie stuff is just stupendous, and please, after this,
Yeah.
check it out. I'm so proud of it. I even had to put the story on why we decided to do this, and look forward to more music videos. Who knows? We might edit a full movie using stock footage.
That'd
They
be
pretty much did that with a lot of the B movies of the 60s, so why not?
sure.
So we do not get any financial stuff from it either. And
No.
we were told, well, you can put it up there, but you're not getting any kind of. But we don't make any money right now on Mondo Nostalgia anyhow. So everything we do now is art.
Yeah.
And I think it brightens Mondo Nostalgia up a little bit.
Hmm.
We're almost going to have to make a row of things on our YouTube channel of just creative stuff because I don't know where Steve
Yeah.
and Edie would go, or
Yeah, that's
maybe a
true.
Christmas section or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have
Now,
to.
if you are a big Christmas fan, we're going to do some plugs for some of the great stuff we've got coming up. Um, I love Christmas. Corda loves Christmas. We've got a couple of, we're going to do this show probably right up till Christmas.
Hmm.
We post it every Wednesday, and I think I want one right up till the 23rd.
Hmm.
And, we'll really talk Christmassy then. But we got some great stuff coming out. I should also say that we did a Christmassy misunderstood movie. I felt bad putting Heather to this one because she's trying to get into the Christmas spirit, and I'm making her edit scenes from Silent Night, Deadly Night, a horror movie that came out in the 80s. And I remember she's like, no, I'm okay. I never saw this movie, but I'll put something together. And I remember showing it to Mike, and Mike's first words were, oh my God, that is the goriest thing you guys have ever put up.
I left out the gory parts.
Yeah, you know what? But it's like the kills alone in it are just crazy. And I thought, well, since Heather, she likes horror, but around Christmas she wants to be thinking of happy stuff. I thought this is going to be so milk toast. Like she's going to just put like, ooh, he's looking evil with an axe. And when I watched this thing, I think baby Jesus cried. I am quite certain if people who have never seen this movie, like horror movies, probably ran out to find where they could get this movie. Our hits on it. Okay, so I watched it and I said, it's really good, Heather. I was really shocked at how far you went with this. I told you, she runs with an idea. So I don't know why I'm not going to show her this movie.
I've already seen all the deaths.
You probably have. But anyhow, so I said we might want to put a small disclaimer on it because even though she had a thumbnail with Santa with an axe, I thought, you know what, maybe we still should put.
I
And
left
that,
the nudity out too.
pardon?
I left all
Yes,
the nudity out too, so
there's, yeah.
I could have
But
made it
anyhow,
way worse than it was.
oh, I know. But anyhow, You did a great job with it. So there we go. We're already putting Christmas stuff up.
The Christmas spirit is upon us.
Yeah, we've got some new stuff we're gonna try. See, we don't just sit back. We got something called Poets Corner coming up. Um, I can't wait to hear what people say about it. And please start commenting. We love comments, good or bad.
Oh yeah.
Bad ones do make me cry, but I still will like be happy that we got a comment. So Poets Corner is coming up very, very soon. So brace yourself. We'll go with. You can see the Silent Night, Deadly Night already up. Stephen Eady is up. This is up, and we are talking Christmas. More Devlin show. I'm hoping to have a couple of guests for the Devlin show beforehand. We just had another dance party, and we are doing a mix and mingle. I'm not sure on the date yet, but it will be full Christmas videos, and hopefully, you know, just me hosting in between. And that's going to come up. We're going to try to do that as close to Christmas as possible, because it should be really warm and fuzzy. But you know me, it's not just going to be like sentimental Christmas videos. You're going to get fun, pop, weird. We won't go too weird, but you know, you never know when the singing cats are going to show up, the jingle cats. And then we've got, we're going to have a special Sunday Funnies that's just going to like not be our regular. We're going to actually literally have
just
Christmas. Yeah, so a Christmas special. Sunday Fun, and you got to admit, we've gotten some good views on the Sunday Funnies, but mostly we get about 4 or 5. And still we're doing a Christmas special because that's what we believe in the station. I'll be doing some memory lanes. I'll be doing another life lessons. I think people really like that, and I'll do another Christmas one. Count Devula's got a Christmas special coming up, and you don't even have to wait that long. He's also going to be doing a Christmas movie, which I think we gave away last week on this show, did we not?
Probably, yeah. I think we did.
Right before Christmas, Count Devila is going to be hosting Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I couldn't be happier. Damien and Devlin's show, we did a whole bunch of Christmas, either last year or the year before. So you're going to see a lot of classic reviews on our Facebook channel, but we're also going to, I think we'll have at least one new Christmas movie review. It might even come after Christmas, but it'll still be worth. Now we are going to take a little bit of a break. We won't be posting as much stuff on the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, but we are still going to be posting on the Facebook channel. We'll still get stuff all the time, and there will be lots of stuff you can watch on the YouTube channel, and there will be a couple of little new things here and there. Trivia will continue. We're not going to miss a week with trivia. We are going to cut down the trivia a little bit, but there will still be trivia for you to play every Saturday, because we've been enjoying that. And for those trivia fans, if you don't know, if you want to go back and play them, Corda has actually edited 5 episodes into one. So if you think 6 minutes is just too short, and maybe you're looking for something to do with the immediate family during the holidays, you can literally go and have fun and do a half-hour version. Now it's ones you've seen before, but you don't have to tell them that. And then if you remember the answers, you'll look really good. So, but if you've never done the trivia and want to do it in a bigger pack, we've got 4 of them up, I think, already, and I'm going to promote them through the Christmas holidays. But don't think we're not working, because you may think, oh, look at them, they're taking a break. But actually, in those weeks, maybe not the week of Christmas, but definitely the week after and the week before Christmas, we're literally going to be starting to work on January stuff. Like, I was literally looking for stuff already for Count Devula to be doing in January. So don't think that we are not going to be working. We just think that is things. And the reason we want to post stuff during Christmas, like, because when I mentioned to Damien, like, technically we have one that falls on Christmas Day, and Damien was very like, no, we'll put it after, because I want people to spend time with families. And I respected that, and so we're going to do that. And it gives us something new to post the following week. But I also thought, well, this year especially, there's a lot of people that won't be able to get to their families,
Yeah.
and so they are going to be like kind of looking for stuff to do. So, that's why we want to make sure we get a lot of stuff. And that Mix and Mingle show, we're going to also I'm going to probably post that again on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day,
Yeah.
just for people who are looking for stuff. Because I know, like I'm going to be lucky to be with some of the closest people in my life. As I said, it won't be a big event, but my household will. And I will have the people closest to my heart near me. But I have to remember that there are people out there that are not going to be with people or are not going to have anything fancy. So they may still want a boost of Christmas, or they may want to go look at something else on our YouTube channel just to keep them, entertained. And I know I post stuff on Christmas Day on Facebook. Usually not a lot, but on Christmas Eve I go nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised how many people actually look at it, because it gives them something. And that's a good way to wrap this episode up, that you got to keep in mind there are going to be some people who might be very lonely at Christmas. This is always a very emotional time.
Yeah.
And even in a non-pandemic, Christmas is very anxiety filled and stressful. And I felt it a little bit, even though I love the time of season.
Mm-hmm.
But there must have been a reason I had like a little bit of a blue period a couple of days before Christmas. But so I can't even imagine the people that, deal with this even major. So if you know somebody who's like going to be, maybe not with their family or friends this year, maybe check on them, give them a call or phone them, or maybe even put together a little gift basket and leave it on their doorstep. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Just anything, I think, that gives people a little bit of hope and gets them to the next day is what they need. So yeah, I know Christmas gets busy and there's a lot going on this season, but it's important to know that. And also, think of the food banks and, the toy drives and stuff. We don't like to promote it a lot, but we like to give around this time. And Mike and I, we're going to definitely be doing that again. We always figure if we had a good year, we try to share the wealth as best we can. And that's not just spoil, our friends and family with gifts and stuff. We like to give a little bit too. And I'm not doing that to pat myself on the back. I'm doing that to remind you that even if you have a little, maybe you can help it out. And, if you don't, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember, there's always ways that you can help out, even if not financially. As I said, check on someone, send positive messages to people, and you'll be surprised how quickly they come back. My next life lessons coming up next Tuesday will definitely be looking at this, because it's an important thing to know all year round, but definitely at Christmas. Anyhow, I don't know what you got planned for the rest of your day. I'm going to just take it easy. We've been doing so much Mondo nostalgia stuff. I have to go to work a little later, so I'm just putting my feet up, listening to some Christmas music. I do have some dishes to do, but what are your plans?
Other than working on the trivia to get that up and ready for the December, that's about it.
Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't that great? I'm putting my feet up, and then it's like I'm cracking the whip.
You already did the hard part for the trivia. You came up with all the questions.
I know, but it's funny. I'm trying to make it look like, well, I'm going to relax, and Heather's still hard at work.
I am going to relax.
Do me a favor, while you're working, please play the Leroy Anderson version of Sleigh Ride with the whipping.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you get done a little faster, because, I want you to know that my spirit is there, making sure I'm inspiring you to get the work done. People must think I'm absolutely horrible. Anyhow, thank you for watching this. Heather, thank you again for all that you do here. That Stephen Edie is great. We will try to get a link for it in the display where the comments are. Please let us know what you think, and share. We want Stephen Edie to go viral. By the way, You might want to check your hashtags because I typed Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, that holiday feeling. We're still way down there. We should be
Really?
a little higher up there. Yeah, we're not bad,
Yeah.
but I want us to be up there pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Think of something new you think we should have been, but so we'll work on that.
Mm.
Let's make it go viral. And viral for us is over 20.
Yes.
Not
That would be
20
wild.
million, not 20,000. 20 viewers. We always
None
get
of those are going to be us. You know that.
Yeah, it will be. I've watched it a couple times already before it was up, so that didn't affect its things. But anyhow, have a happy week, and we will be back with you next week. We may have a guest star with us. We'll check into that. We got a couple that we're hoping to line up, but so far we've been good with the glitches, and we hope we continue with that. Anyhow, we hope you have a good week, whether you've decorated or you're planning to decorate. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Corda, and have a great day.